Did you just do the homework assignment I asked? I don't see it. I'm going to wait a moment for you. Okay, I can't really see whether you did this or not. But I do want to stress it's critically important. Now, I want to give you more techniques for doing this rehearsal in a way that will really benefit you. What most people do, if they even get the courage to record themselves, watch themselves, is they instantly fixate on something they don't like. Oh my God, I said twice, I'm an idiot, I'm horrible. The lesson here is I should never do any interviews, I should never make any video for YouTube or Facebook. That's the lesson. Thanks, TJ, I learned a lot. No, that's not the lesson. You've got to learn how to really look at yourself objectively, and it's hard to do. But you have to figure out what works, what doesn't work, what do you like, what do you not like, and what can you fix. The key is not that you're perfect looking. The key is that you come across the best you can. You're not distracting. You're not doing anything that makes you look scared, stiff, nervous, or uncomfortable. Here's the real key. It's not enough to record yourself on video and look at it and write down what you like and don't like. The real magic is if you then do it again and you focus on doing just one thing better. If you notice that you froze your hands, try to unfreeze your hands. If you notice that your eyes were darting back and forth, just focus on having steady eye contact. Focus on one thing at a time and keep doing it again and again and again until over time you've eliminated the things you don't like. Now the key is you have to focus on things that are fixable. I can look at a video of myself and say, wow, I wish I had the same hair I did when I was 21. Wow, I wish I were 20 pounds lighter. But there's nothing I can do about that today, so we're not going to focus on those things. I want you to focus on the things you actually have control over. How your voice sounds. Are you sounding monotone and flat and rushed and speaking too quickly? If you think you're speaking too quickly, then do it again and consciously focus on just speaking slower. If you focus just on that, you will succeed. Now, this is something I do in every single private workshop I do, whether it's with a large group or one-on-one. And invariably, when people focus on one thing, they make improvement, and it fills them with confidence. Because if you can eliminate one flaw with one take, it's simply a matter of time till you've eliminated all your flaws. Now, where people get into trouble is if they try to fix 5 things at once. Your brain can't focus on don't lick your lips, don't have your eyes floating around, move your hands, but don't go back and forth on your feet. That's too much for your brain. It overwhelms it. So my advice, focus on just one thing and keep doing it as many takes as you need until you like how you look. This is standard homework for all of my private training clients. And sometimes they do it 1, 2, 3 times, sometimes 10 times, sometimes 20. Recently, I had a high-tech CEO, someone who manages 10,000 employees around the world. I asked him, how many times did you practice on video? He said, TJ, I did it 130 times before I felt comfortable enough sending it to you. But then when he came in for the training, his first words were, wow, I've already learned so much, and it was 8:30 in the morning and we hadn't started yet. He got used to practicing on video and seeing how he looked and making small changes. So I would highly recommend, in fact, I would beg you to do this right now before watching the next video from me. So again, it's not enough to practice on video once, look at it. You have to practice again, make small changes, keep doing it again and again until you think you come across the best you can at your current skill level. Then what I'm going to ask you to do, and this is the first time I've really asked you to do much in this course, I want you to upload the video to YouTube or any other video file sharing service that you like, and then put the link in the question and answer section right here. I'm going to give you my feedback. Doesn't cost you anything extra. I don't know why you wouldn't take me up on this. And your fellow students will critique it too. And I would urge you, spend a little time in the Q&A section here and critique your fellow students' videos, because it's much easier to critique someone else than yourself for most people. Typically, we only see our own flaws. To get good at this, you have to go beyond that. You don't want to ignore the flaws, but you want to focus on what's working well so you can do more of it again and again. So if you really want a big breakthrough in this course, I'm begging you, hit pause. Don't just have the autoplay go to the next video. Practice on video, record it again and again till you're convinced you're coming across the best you can. And don't even worry about your message or sound bites or answers to questions. Don't worry about any of that. Right now, we're just focused on the basic grammar of video of how to look your best. Because as we talked about earlier, if you look scared or uncomfortable, no one's going to focus on the message. We don't even have the luxury of worrying about message yet. We have to focus on really making sure you come across your very best and there's nothing distracting. So please, go ahead, record as many times as possible. Don't just record it once and throw it out. Sometimes people do that. They record it once, they don't even look at it. They ask me to critique it, and I can see they look scared stiff, like they're reading, their hands are frozen, they're clearly reading a script. It's awful. Guess what? You don't need me to point out the obvious things. You've been looking at people on the media your whole life. You already know what doesn't work. So use your knowledge base to get rid of the stuff you don't like, and use me and your fellow students right here to help you polish it, critique it, to take you from B+ to A+ to highest level possible. Please do that now. I'll be looking for it.